Chapter 5 Engineer, Escape Artist. Welcome back, peeps, to the next chapter of the Miller's Adventures. Yes, today in PvP with my engineer, I'm going to show you what I like to call the Sneaky Thief. Yeah, Sneaky Thief. That's right. Pretty much what this build is going to detail around is a lot of speed buff, as well as speedy kits, maybe a little bit of vigor, as well as capturing points. Especially when those moments where the match of the day and you have a ton of mesmers and a ton of rangers, warriors, and you're just one of those people who just want to play PvP. You know, knock out a couple kills, get a capture point, etc., etc., and just have some fun and just do some kicks and giggles. This is what you need to do. This will change your playstyle for the meta. This is not like I would say it's kind of tankish, but at the same time, it's not. It's not really meant for team support. It's meant for just capturing and running away. Capturing and running away. You're pretty much just going to be seeking through, try to capture points, and that's it, really. That's all you do. You don't do team fights unless you want to initiate it. With this being said, the build you're going to go for is pistol and offhand shield. You're going to go for Sigil of Purity. The reason is that is just because chances you're just blocking and with your statistic shield doing reflecting projectiles technically, and then also using static shield, you'll have a chance to purify a condition off you, especially if it's an immobilization or anything like that. Hence the reason why with my utilities I'm going to show you why this is useful, especially with Sigil Ice, just to increase their cooldowns, make them slow. It's like a cripple, but at the same time with a little immobilize. Not really immobilized, but anyway, beside the point. You're gonna also go with your ruin of the grove. The reason why I went with this is because this is gonna have a lot of protection, and you're gonna need a lot of it, especially if you're doing against conditions, as well as power builds. This will help you out greatly, and plus, if you're trying to get away, it'll be rooted into the ground, and they will not be able to move unless they cleanse it themselves. The other thing I went with is for your amulets is Settler's Amulet. Anything around with toughness you can do. You can also go with knights. You can also go cavaliers. Anything that has a high amount of toughness you really want to do. This is just one of those builds that you're just going to go to point A to point B to point C and try to intricate yourself in between these team fights. If you can, decap someone with your toolkit or just throw a supply crate to stop them. For your build, you're going to go 4 inventions, 6 into alchemy, 4 into tools. Tier 1, you're going to go protective shield in inventions. Tier 2, you're going to go for power shoes to give yourself that speed increase, with it also being with swiftness, and then you use rocket boots. It's going to help out greatly. It's a lot of escape mechanics. This is why I call this the escape artist type style build, which it is. With that also being said, for tier 1 in alchemy, we're going to go with invigorating speed. So whenever we put on toolkit or medkit, we're going to get vigor and swiftness. And it's only going to happen every time you get swiftness. But it'll still help you get those dodges out, so you can dodge out all those conditions, as well as anything else that the enemy will toss at you. Now, with that being said, tier 2, you're going to go with backpack regenerator, just get that extra health going per second by 168. Since you're between 2 kits primarily, you're going to be using med kits just to throw down bandages to drop stimulant for swiftness and fury, but mostly just for the drop bandages as well as drop antidote for that extra condition removal. As well as for toolkit, you're going to be primarily just using magnet as well as gear shield. Excuse me. Now in tier 3 in alchemy, you're going to go with projection injection. That's another protection. This is going to happen every 5 seconds whenever you're stunned, dazed, knocked down, knocked back, launched, float, sink, or fear. You're going to get a nice 4 3/4 of a second of negative 33 incoming damage. That's on an interval of 5, and if you ever get critical hit, you're also going to have that protective shield, which is also going to take an effect with the Ruin of Grove. Now, tier 1, you're going to go with automatically speedy kits, given. And tier 2, you're actually going to go with power wrench, so you can get more of your shield up. If you really want to, you can take out your protective shield and actually, no, you can actually take off, blah, 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 blah. You can take off backpack regenerator if you really want to have that extra shield debuff. And all you have to do is just make sure you put back in projection injection, and then in tier 3 of inventions you can actually go for reinforced shield, so you can actually have a greater cooldown to use for an extra block. So instead of having it at like 40, you have it at 32, so it's up there more often. You can do it that way. It's really up to you. Okay, so for your utilities, you're going to also go with medkit, elixir S, rocket boots, toolkit, as well as supply crate. And as I said before, main hand pistol, offhand shield. Now the further reason why I went with the pistol is just for the sake it has multiple AoEs, meaning for fragmentation shot for number 1 for the bleed, but number 5 targets, as well as static shot bouncing between 4 targets, doing blindness as well as confusion. That blindness is going to help you out, especially if you're on low health and you need to get the hell out of there. That is why toolkits comes into handy, as well as using Elixir S to get yourself evading all damage or conditions technically, and also having Toss Elixir S to get you into stealth, and also apply Rocket Boots if it's up to get you out of those kind of moments of a jam, especially with toolkit. That's an extra shield as well as a pull, and pretty much it. And also with banded shield, giving you a nice chunk of 6,000 health with 16 and 3/4 of a second, but it only has cast time of 1 second, so it's actually pretty useful. It really is, especially in kind of circumstances. You just click on it, boom, down. Especially if you're low health, that comes back up, and you have the rest of your toolkits available. Now, also with throw wrench, that's also good for the vulnerability. It's crippled, but it's a number 5 target, so that is useful. Rocket kick, not so much, unless you're like in with someone else and you're trying to get away. Just blast it with a rocket kick, take some condition damage as well. And that's pretty much it, really. That is really it to the build. Alright, I'm going to show you guys in momentarily of how the playstyle works, so you guys can like, oh, that's interesting, I never thought of that. So, just keep that in mind. This is not for team fights. It's more for team support, meaning with supply crate doing the stuns, as well as just primarily just helping your team capture points. That's it. That's all you do. You run around with your head cut off and try to dodge people and try not to die. Because remember, PvP's mostly objective is capture points and win objectives, not to kill people. A lot of people don't understand that, but in this kind of circumstance, this will help out. But yes, given to the state that, yes, there are people that will chase you down and whatnot, that's why you have to use your abilities a little more aggressively, so you can actually either A, decap, screw with the enemy's head, and also capture those points. Now, keep that in mind. Alright, peeps, I'll see you soon. Stay awesome. Welcome back, peeps. Alright, I'm going to show you what this beautiful build can do for you. That's right. Alright, the skateboarders is on the roll. Alright, so as you can see, you immediately just apply your toolkit, and pretty much you just want to get there before the enemy in the beginning of a match, no matter what. So, just keep that in mind. Rocket boots, swap out, there we go. And you just gotta keep your eyes peeled, especially if you're going against thieves. That's why you have so many shields. And as you can see, we got a target right there going right to the middle. That's fine. Let it happen, let it happen. Alright. Let's keep going. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stealth here. We're gonna magnet him. Pry bar him. And now we're just gonna retreat here. Keep our eyes peeled. And as you can see, it's actually working out pretty effectively right now, which is great, which is really great. We just gotta be careful to everybody else. And from here, we're gonna drop supply crate, help out our teammates. And that should take care of them for a little bit. Just gotta keep an eye on that guy over there. Just keep dodging with your crates, using your shield most effectively, and apply your box of nails, and try to take the point. They're gonna be too busy trying to resurrect people, that's fine, just let it happen, let it happen. If people die, that's so be it. Just remember, this objective is to capture points here. And there we go. Ah, lucky little mother. And that's the other thing, it doesn't have great condition removal, it really doesn't, unfortunately. I love that. Denied. Denying the enemy of a nice little thing like that. I'm gonna die anyway, so. Which is great. So we're 65-56, not bad, not bad. We can definitely turn around from this if, yeah, we can definitely turn around from this. That's it for red or blue, I can't exactly remember. I was too busy trying to get to the next point! Unfortunately. But it's all good. Ah, yeah, we're winning. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, so as you can see, we're winning. Just because of, I'm just gonna assume that since we got that cap on the right side, it actually helped out greatly. Just remember to keep swapping between your kits continuously. And let's just see if we can help. Can't help anyone out here. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna go in the center. Let's just capture this real quick. Get the point for it. All right.
You've lost the quarry.
So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna try to go over there. Unfortunately, I'm gonna try to decap on these little cripple heads. See, now you got the ranger. Just use shield.
You've taken the graveyard.
Ah, that sucks. But as you also see that want to keep them off there and just keep applying conditions. Your teammates, as you can see, this guy is just running away. It's perfect. It's really perfect. Now we're just capping these points correctly. We're gonna have this cap. We're actually gonna go try to get the center as well as the far one. And this is where stealth will come in handy because mesmers are just little tricky little bastards. I said it. They're tricky little bastards, which is fine. And that, of course, that's gonna happen. Just put shield up. You'll be fine. And we'll still maintain the cap in the center. Put another block up. Just keep dodging it out. Heal yourself up. Bandage. Tool number 1, and you should be fine. But also, you also gotta remember is this also has to have good team composition, meaning like you gotta have some good people doing this. This is just for kicks and giggles. This ain't for like hardcore ranked matches. Like you could try this in ranked match. I have done it before, but it's really not great team support. You just want to keep trying to capture these points as aggressively as possible, especially decapping. With that being also said, you can also go with bomb kit if you want to in this kind of circumstance. Especially if in a little area like this, just make sure they're positioned in the right area so they can, like, you know, decap over here. But you don't really have to, but it helps. It really does, especially with decapping. I'll show you guys how to do that. You really don't need to use bucket boots sometimes. It also depends on what map and PvP you're doing. As you see, everyone's all clustered over there, which is great. So that means my bombs actually be quite more effective. Keep applying this, keep applying this, there we go. From this point, heal your teammate because you have elixir S, which is great. Push them off, put another shield up, there we go. They're right there, so people will not come through. Frost iron, nice. Alright, and you also can use this. Toss that out. Range skill. Pull him back. Pry bar him. Stealth out. As you can see, it's quietly effective. It really is. And just cripple him. Daze him. And just keep chasing him. Seriously. La 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 la. Oh, that's not cool. Alright, at this point, you want to try to retreat here.
You lost the graveyard.
Just want to keep your shield up. Oh, dang it. See, that's a bad example. Sorry about that. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. That was so horrible. Such a horrible example. Sorry about that. I got a little cocky there. Sometimes that's what happens with Mellors. I get pretty cocky sometimes. I don't know why. Just do. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass, and then dead. Prime example. Prime example. Ah, gosh darn it. That's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Got every single cap. You know, we just gotta worry about that stupid ranger, which is fine. So what we gotta do, we're gonna yank them. Ah, maybe not, whatever. Let's get the point back. There we go. As I said, you can also switch it around. I really prefer rocket boots, but you also can go with slick shoes too.
Back on my feet.
Your team is victorious.
I got him up. Good day. Alright, peeps, that's what I like to call, you could say sneaky engineer, you can call it the escape artist, the capper, whatever you want to call it. That's what you call it. Alright, peeps, I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Stay awesome.